Inspired Women began a number of years ago from a conversation between some business women who had just come out of an awards ceremony, and they wanted to talk about how they could inspire the next generation of females to become managers or directors of the future. That's when they brought the idea to Inspired Youth, and Inspired Women was then born.
Inspirational Women is a really crucial project to young girls. What I've realised just through talking about the project and talking more to students about the careers that they want to go into is that they don't understand that almost every woman I've ever met in a position of responsibility almost got there by accident, and they got there because people believed in them, and they got there because people encouraged them to go for more and to aim higher.
I think that in Norfolk and in East Anglia, as in probably most regions in the country, people are always requiring inspiration. And I think that yes, it's tougher these days. It's much harder for people to find jobs. It's much more difficult for people to actually decide what it is that they want to do. There are many pressures on young people these days to try and decide what they're going to be. And so a programme like this is so important because it might just be the catalyst that sows a seed in someone's minds to think, actually, if you can do it, then I can do it.
Because if they know that if they've got inspirational women that are there, they're going to want to be more keen to do it. They're going to want to come to school. They're going to want to know that somebody is there for what they can do. Like if what they want to do, the women are going to be there so they can help them.
I think Inspired Women project is a fantastic project and would really help children and kids at school to really help inspire them into the right type of jobs and careers. When I was at school, I went to the bog standard career day and they just gave you a list of jobs, the bog standard jobs, secretary and things, and said these are jobs, what one do you want to apply for? Where I think this sort of project, getting people that are actually in business into schools and just talking about their business and their experience would really help inspire the children and actually go, wow, that sounds really exciting. I didn't even know that job existed. I want to be like that organisation. I want to go into a role like that organisation.
Inspired Women is important because it's going to help them understand that through finding the thing that you're passionate about and working really hard at it, you can be really successful. And they'll understand that there are companies out there who, most companies have somebody who really wants to make a difference to young people and they want to work with them and they want to give something back to their community and give something back to the country. They need to understand that. What they need is intensive support and encouragement from as many people as possible. And sometimes it's just not enough to get it from your family and get it from your teachers or the leaders in your school. You need it from people who are actually doing the job at the moment, and they can support them and help them to believe that it's possible. I think the issues of confidence and self-belief are still huge, and it's not just young women, but I think it affects them more. I still think they believe that they have to make a decision between having a family and having a fantastic career, and at some point it has to be one or the other, and that's not necessarily the case.
The money that Aviva funding could actually offer would allow us to take these projects a step further than them just being an actual idea. It would allow us to set up structured projects with businesswomen to be able to go in and have these one-to-one conversations with either just individuals or small groups to develop a project, and then also make connections with the business community.
Eventually, I want to have my own salon, but I don't want to work in it. I want to run it and I want to be able to do all the business side of it, and I want it to be my salon.
I think if I was to give one message to potential funders or sponsors of the Inspired Women project, and particularly for myself, being a woman running a business, I feel a sense of responsibility to get some of those key messages out to people. And I think if anyone is considering that, they need to look at that sense of responsibility for themselves. They've achieved great things in their lives, and I think it would be great for them to pass on those messages to the next generation coming through.
I think every young woman who is growing up and wants to achieve a lot in the future needs that role model, somebody who won't give up on them, somebody who's constantly telling them that they can achieve anything they want to so long they work hard. And I think if we have many teachers, role models, even young women in the society who can speak up and encourage young people to go above and beyond what women are expected to do, then I think, yeah.
I've met some amazing women over this last few months whilst we've been talking about Inspired Women, and every single one of them has had a great story to tell. And they've all had problems and they've all had hurdles to come over. But actually, just listening to their story makes you inspired to just think, you know, they can do anything. Inspired Women is important, and that's why we need the funding to continue it on.